Assalamu alaikum and welcome, my dear friends and viewers, my to my channel. And today we are going to continue our journey that we have already commenced, covering various cities, looking at the traffic management system and how it is impacting the residents of the cities and the economy. Most of Pakistan's major cities are facing significant traffic hazards, including high accidents rates, congestions, and environmental issues. These are largely attributed to reckless driving, inadequate infrastructure, and a lack of enforcement of traffic laws, one of the major reasons. The cities, those I will be covering today, as you can see on the screen, are Faisalabad and Gujranwala. The because The reason is that even though there are many positive steps, those have been taken by the two cities, and I'll start now going to give more zoom on those positive steps, even though I will be still covering what the general conditions are. Most of you know by me by now. I am your host, Tifsal Sayed, and I'll cover these two cities, the iconic cities of Punjab, and see how they are performing as far as traffic is concerned. So, first, the Faisalabad, its regional significance. It's the third largest city in Pakistan behind Karachi and Lahore. Textile, considered as a textile capital of South Asia, and approximately 40% of Punjab's exports are through this city. Feeds labor to major metros, and there are five universities, two medical colleges looking after the people of Faisalabad. So to begin with Faisalabad, I'm going to present more positive reports earlier on. In Gujranwala case, I will present the positive news towards the end of Gujranwala's case. So, in other words, when I am beginning, I'm starting with more positiveness, and I'm ending, I will be ending more on the positiveness. However, in between, whatever is the situation, I'll share with you. And remember, my data is 2023, and in some cases, 24. That's based on the published information. Though on one incident, I tried to go live to zoom in into the traffic signals in Faisalabad tower area, tower clock, and find out that yes, traffic signals were non-operational. So the positive sides. Rescue 1122 emergency response reduced fatality rate at accident hotspots by 15% through faster response time. Textile industry waste recycling. Some mills adopted European Union funded water treatment plants, cutting pollution discharge by 30% in pilot zones. That's EPA Punjab 23. Smart traffic signals pilot projects, another very positive steps. Artificial intelligence managed signals at Jannah Chowk reduced congestion by 20% during peak hours. That's FTA's report 2024. Workers transports buses, something which was being demanded for a long time and needed. Private sector initiative has helped, and textile exporters launched 50 dedicated buses, reducing bike accidents for the of the factory workers. That's Federal Chamber of Commerce Industry 2023. Urban farming revival, vacant industrial plots converted to green spaces in three districts, lowering local PM 2.5 level by 12%, LUMS study, which is an extremely positive steps towards the health of the workers. Those are bringing us valuable for an exchange. Crisis, Faisalabad story from 95 to 2024. What has happened? over the 30 years time breaks a snapshot overview how the textile trucks have choked major export city from loom lanes to lethal roads. 30 years comparative analysis of failure. Why I say lethal road is because of the pus accidents, fatalities, those have increased many times. Let me explain further. It's Faisalabad's traffic crisis is a paradox. Is a city driving Punjab's economy is strangling itself. Textile trucks, the lifeline of exports, now clog streets, never designed for such volume. These are actually two different factors. Streets width for how much traffic to take on, and similarly, there are tiers, the count to what level of weight a road can hold. So, when there is more pressure than what the count of the road has been designed for, then the road breaks down. It's just like a motorcycle that has been for humans or a tricycle, and you try to put an elephant on it, what will happen? It will just break down. So that's what's happening on our roads. We do not realize how damaging it is for the roads. And because of the continuous breaking down of the roads, what is happening is that the pots, the holes, are even making it dangerous for the bike riders as well. So I'll continue. The clog streets never designed for such volumes. So Rescue 1122 data shows a 350% rise in deaths since 1995, with 60% involving in cargo trikes. The human cost is matched by economic losses, about 120 billion Pak rupees. That's uh, FCCI, or Federation of Chamber of Commerce Industries 2023 report. Yet pilot projects, I will add again, like AI traffic signals at Jinnah Chowk, prove change is possible. So hoping for the best. More statistics: deaths and accidents, 30-year spike, road deaths from 200 approximately per year in 1995 has gone up to 900 plus by 2024. 60%, as I mentioned earlier, previous slide, textile cargo trikes are involved. Millet chalk is the most disturbing point where most of these happens. 30 such accidents have gone up to 120 per year. That involves fatalities as well. Ambulance delays have gone from 7 to 22 minutes. But as we saw in the previous green slide, there is some positiveness that it has come down to about approximately 15 to 16 minutes. Um, these numbers are dire actually. Pilot projects like AI traffic signals Jinnah Chowk at Jinnah Chowk reduced congestion by 20%. This is proving that solution exists. Um, uh, However, FCCI's estimate that 120 billions rupees are lost annually from fabric spoilages and workers' wage cuts. What the takeaway is that without truck lanes and enforced zoning, this crisis will only deepen. So we need to move swiftly towards the designated truck lanes. Uh, Moving forward to economic losses, time is money. Park rupees 120 lost annually, already covered. Spoilage 5 to 20% in jam. So even though fabric is non-perishable product, but what happened is that due to long traffic delays in the traffic jams, the fabric contained in the containers, which are non-ventilated containers, what happens? The fabric's fiber start getting weaker, brittle, and some mold starts appearing due to humidity, if it is hot and humid as well. And some kind of smell is also generated in it. So all of these factors combined affects the quality, which results sometime cancellation. Importers refuse to accept the below expected quality standard products, and sometime the sellers try to sell it off at throwaway price, so they can earn something instead of nothing. um, These numbers also reflect poor infrastructure, resulting into bad productivity. Even though the productivity is good, it is being reduced. However, the private sector, I must say once again, has contributed towards at least workers' safety by providing funding 50 worker buses, cutting bike accidents by 15%. So the lesson is that public private partnership can mitigate losses, but only systemic reforms like the stalled park rupees 8 billion corridor for the trucks will solve it on long term or permanent basis. Health collapse amid pollution. PM 2.5 has gone up from 25 to 110 micrograms per cubic meter. EPA Punjab 23 report. Asthma has increased three times compared to 1995. 20% drop in school performance near mills, factories. In other words, cancer cases are on rise, clinic inaccessible near bottlenecks. Too many people are there, or less health facilities are relatively there. EPA's Punjab's 23 air quality plan, if could have been implemented, 40% PM 2.5 could have been reduced. Um, this is alarming. I think LUMS was linked into the three times rise in asthma report, as well as 20% drop in school performance near mills. Let me explain a little bit that when the children are inhaling that level of emission of 110 micrograms per cubic meter, plus on top of it are faced with the noise pollution. Wherever there are heavy trucks passing by, the noise level goes up to, the recorded ones have been informed, nearly 95 decibels, whereas acceptable level is 55. So cognitive capacities of these children are getting affected. This is what needs to be understood by the city managers, rather governance of the province. So they should do something positive, because we are losing our next generation capabilities because of this non-management. Moving forward, uh, corruption, the less I talk, the better. A report alleges MPAs linked to cargo strikes in 2023. What has been done about it? Why they are there still? And if they are, why are they not being managed? Or if they have the, of course, if they have the powerful back, police will try not to um, find them regardless what they are doing. So something need to be done. It's time to reflect towards the people's health, because of which the authorities have been given in form of vote or whatever. um, Park rupees 4 billion. Another big news is shifted to flyovers. This is also a big no no. When, if you can resolve your traffic crisis, as we have observed in other cities, by improving traffic signals, why are we going for flyovers, which sometime not only results in higher level of corruption, but also delays and sometime not appropriate work further delays the. So I think flyover should only be touched when everything is already covered at the ground level. For instance, AI monitored signals are operating, proper traffic marshalling is being done, ensuring that no bribe or no without helmet driving is there. So then only we should move towards the flyover side, not before that. And we have seen that no accountability is there for the last 30 years. This isn't just about corruption, it's about broken accountability. For contrast note, Gujranwala success, digital toll tracking boosted revenue by 40%. That's Punjab Safe Cities 2023 report. So transparency works. Let's bring things to transparency. Urban chaos by design. No traffic signals at Clock Tower 2024. I just checked a few days back. In 25, it's still the same. City's busiest roundabout still unmanaged. That's a sad story. Industrial loading zones overlap with housing. FTA and Urban Unit 2020 to 23 report. City Master Plan unupdated since 1992. That's uh, l- something to be concerned about. It's anyway. Moving on. Newer draft blocked. That's a Dawn uh, 2023 report. Feeder roads, Jhumra, Kuriawala remains choke points, according to Rescue 1122 21 to 23 coverage report. Transparency International Pakistan reports diversion of Pak rupees 4 billion for safety funds to flyovers. Um, this is not a positive news. Moving, transferring or diversion of from safety funds to flyovers. I hope Faisalabad Development Authority take the lessons from AI traffic point, which just at in one heavy point, if your 20% track congestion has been reduced, if you place this system all around the city instead of going towards flyover with the same amount of money or less even, your congestions and your transport problems could be solved. Moving further, ignored solution, repeated failure. Worker buses proposed 4 times until this private public partnership came ahead. Truck corridors modeled on Dhaka. Dhaka managed. Their garment industry has flourished because of city management activities. Um, sure, Faisalabad can do the same. Air quality reports shelved, zoning ignored. United Nations Habitat noted delays in implementing funded projects. That's 2021 report. So for decades, Faisalabad's crises have been proposed and ignored. Worker buses have been pitched many times. Still, this private venture came ahead to solve. See, and this 50 buses is not going to solve entire Faisalabad's issue. However, it has proved that how many 15% accidents have reduced. So how much more can be obtained or can through these positive steps if the money is spent in the right direction. So truck corridors, it has been successful in Dhaka. Why not in Faisalabad? Why it is being delayed? Air quality reports from EPA 2023, which I mentioned, could have reduced around 40-45% of PM 2.5 level. Um, uh, needs to be implemented for the benefit or betterment of our next generation and our own health as well. Zoning laws are routinely violated with factories operating next to schools. That's another big report from LUMS 2022. Even United Nations funded urban reforms were discarded without explanation. This isn't just negligence, it's a cycle of waste opportunities. Sorry, the lesson solution exists, but public pressure is essential to implement them. And I'll be talking about public pressure. The youth made possible the special bike lanes. Gujranwala, it's the fifth largest city in Pakistan, hub of ceramics, cutlery, appliances, produces 70% of Pakistan's ceramics, according to Punjab Industries Post Report 2023. Like Faisalabad, Gujranwala's road handles three times their designed capacity. So, in other words, if a motorcycle has the capacity to carry two passenger and you are making five people ride on it, how long the bike will survive? Links GT Road to Lahore Sialkot, so traffic is huge on it. Youth is majority. That's a very interesting and special point, that 50% of its population is under 25. Gujranwala is just another Punjab city. It's industrial backbone of Pakistan's small and medium enterprise sector, producing 70% of country's ceramics. It is strategically located on GT Road, connects to Lahore and Sialkot markets, handling 40% of North Punjab's cargo traffic. That's National Logistics Cell 2024. But its most untapped resources is its youth. Half its population is under 25, yet poor infrastructure, like the absence of bike lanes, turns their daily commute into a risk. This is not to share about Gujranwala's tragic situation. It's about the urgent need to align urban planning with its demographic and industrial realities. For context, we can compare it to Faisalabad's textile corridor, where dedicated truck lanes could have prevented chaos, just like the youth forced the Gujranwala city management to create lanes for them. Gujranwala traffic crisis continues. Youth, bikes, and delays. Reforms reported influence groups and policy decay. A comparative story of avoidable deaths. Gujranwala traffic crisis mirrors Faisalabad, but with a tragic twist. 80% of victims are under 25. That's Punjab Safe Cities 2024 report. Just because of our traffic mismanagement or not getting the reforms implemented, we are l- letting our youth just die. um, Needs to be checked. Decades of broken promises like unbuilt bike lane and shelved UN projects have left the city choke on pollution and chaos. Yet this isn't inevitable. After youth protests, that's what I was talking about, 500 millions were Pak rupees allocated for bike lanes. That's a Dawn Report 2024, a positive uh, response. So what's the takeaway? Gujranwala's failure are systemic, but its success proof change is possible when citizens demand accountability. So that's what my point is, encouraging the younger people to raise their voice, to defend their rights, and make the management and the seniors um, uh, in responsible positions to work for us. Um, Youth fatalities, two-wheeled deaths has gone up from 300 to 700 from 95 to 2024. 80% victims are under 25. No bike lanes in 30 years. Helmet laws enforced less than 10% of time. So only when the drive is there, police will come, start fining, couple of days, and then it's all over. Maybe twice a year or so. So 3 billion is unused safety fund lying there. Moving on, CPEC trucks and toll evaders. Trucks divert through city to avoid toll. Traffic doubled since 1995, not the road infrastructure. No digital tracking of diversion is also a big surprise. So, what I came across and I'm sharing with you is that to avoid highway toll payments, there has been an understanding between some political forces and the truck trucks owners, and instead of going through the highway and paying the tolls, they are diverted into Gujranwala and that road. Now imagine even the CPAC truck are also coming from highway to the Gujranwala road. So the roads which are designed for for cars, are now are forced to take the load of the heavy trucks, 18 wheelers or whatever, because of which the roads are getting damaged. Not only that, road infrastructure is getting damaged, your environment, the health of the inhabitants of Gujranwala is going down because of both pollution and noise, air pollution and noise pollution. And it's because it's getting deeper is because of non-execution of the zoning laws, which have been frozen or lying idle since 1990. So solution exists, but what it requires is political will, which apparently is not there. Pollution, a slow violence. So when we talk about fatalities, yes, it is visible. Deaths can be seen. Accidents are there. It's observable. So as you can catch it, you can report it. You can. It is. Uh, it comes into the focus. But pollution is a silent killer. Street vendor lead exposures 5 times the same limit. LUMS EPA asthma rates among children 4 times higher than in 1995 Punjab Health Department. These are the children which are closer to those areas where the heavy traffic and industry is being there. Noise pollution goes up because of this heavy traffic from 70 to 95 decibels. No functional monitoring system is there. That's saddening. Um, I came across a 2022 planetary health study, uh, which Lancet Planetary Health Study, which estimates that nearly 1.85 million new pediatric asthma cases are reported annually, linked to nitrogen dioxide exposure worldwide. And Pakistan is one of them, just because for little bit of money, personal profits, we are diverting the highway traffic from the main city, which also includes residential areas. That's something we we are, in other words, encouraging childhood asthma incidents. I was going through another report which was stating that 8 years old child's lungs were depicting a picture of a mature adult smoking for many years 8 cigarettes every day. Uh, you can contrast solutions are there and we have practiced. Contrast this with the success of smokeless cleans adopted by 10 plus factories which cut emission by 25%. The lesson is clear: pollution is solvable with enforcement and technology, but apathy is lethal. We have to be sensitive. Moving on to sabotage safety reforms, UN bike project funded, the next truck bypass delayed due to land disputes dawn 2023. Zoning laws from 1990 still in use, no footpath renewal in 20 years. I won't share what's in the developed world about the footpaths and the traffic times and the special wardens to help children cross the roads and how traffic comes to a halt whenever they see children crossing the road through designated areas. The same needs to be happening in Pakistan cities. Gujranwala reforms are stuck in cycle of neglect. uh, Progress is possible. 500 million rupee bike lane has been set aside, followed by protest, and smokeless cleans have we have seen has cut down the pollution by 25% of the factories those that have installed them. But these are just 10 plus factories. We need hundreds of them to follow the same footstep to make a, impact that is feel that can be feel by the population of Gujranwala. In other words, what is the takeaway? Community pressure can break log jams, but sustained advocacy is key. So please uh, do not consider it just or somebody else will do. Just forward either this to another friend, to another, or whenever you see something happening wrong, just take the photo, tag it to your city management officials, and something will be there. Pedestrian and school danger zone, I was just mentioning about 40% of children accident rescue 1122. So that's the sad part, that around schools we have no traffic management system appropriate for the school children. No footbridges built since 1995. Imagine children are crossing the roads, GT roads, in other words, through trucks and buses and trikes and whatnot. School children are crossing. Come, just since 1995, it is being delayed. So what is stopping to make footbridges? Uh, Please do go ahead towards it. Though I would still come towards a positive impact. After parents' protest, speed limit near four school has been reduced, and because of which 35% reduction in accidents have happened. So why not across Gujranwala and Faisalabad, rather all the cities of Pakistan? This proves that even minimal enforcement saves life. The question is, why must citizens beg for basic safety? What are the people in the governance doing? So, towards the positive side, some fixes done, more needed. Gujranwala success stories and positive development includes youth-led bike lane protest after 2023 campaign. Truck toll compliance drive, digital tracking on GT road has increased toll revenue by 40%. Ceramic industry pollution control, 10 plus factories adopted the smokeless cleanse, cutting emission by 25%. Pedestrians safety zones, school area speed limit enforced near four schools, reducing child accident by 35%. United Nations funded noise barriers installed along Sialkot bypass, lowering noise pollution from 95 decibel to 75 decibel for nearby residents. Uh, Moving on, this will bring actually the end to my these two city studies. Some of the references those I have used towards the end, apart from thanking you for watching and staying with me in this journey, I want to request to do share this video with a policymaker you know and who may act on these solutions. Momentum starts with awareness, and a 1,000 mile journey also starts with the very first step you take. We have a long way to cover, long way to go. So please share and keep the momentum going for the future generation. So till I bring in the next city's statistics in front of you, and then eventually covering the entire Pakistan, you look after yourself, wishing all the happiness and health. It's bye bye from my side. Thank you for watching.